So, uh, today we will discuss about the peering. Yesterday we had the discussion regarding the connectivity part. We have discussed how we can connect multiple virtual machines together in the VNet. We have discussed about the ping part. We have seen the result also. Now let's talk about the peering. So let me open some documents. I have shared that with you as well yesterday, and same will be uploaded into the LMS portal as well. So not this one. Sure, networking, peering. Yeah. So this will be our topic for the day. So let me open one more word. Yeah. So we will discuss three conditions. Under the peering, we will talk about default peering, not default peering. You can call it default route, system route, or backbone network. Second peering we will discuss is regional peering, and the third one will be global peering. So this one we will discuss first. After that, we will talk about the Azure Bastion services. So let's start. So yesterday we had the discussion regarding this. If we have a VNet, and in that VNet, if multiple virtual machines are connected together, they will be able to ping to each other. For example, this is our VNet, and if multiple VMs are connected with this particular VNet, so all of these VMs will be able to ping to each other. Why? Because all of these VMs are the part of same VNet, and the VNet will do the connectivity using the default route. So there is a default route kind of option because this is connected with the same switch. That is why through the system route, through the default route, or through the backbone network, the connectivity will happen. So we have seen this practical yesterday as well. All the systems were able to ping to each other. It doesn't matter what is their subnet. This can be from different subnet. This can be from different subnet. Still the ping will happen if they are the part of same virtual network. So they are connected using the default route. Second peering that we will discuss is regional peering. So what is regional peering? Regional peering basically means, let's say you have two different VNet in the Azure portal, VNet number 1 and VNet number 2. Let's say this is my VNet number 1 and this is my VNet number 2. So both of them are in the UK South. Let's suppose this is also in the UK South region. Another one is also in the UK South region. Here we have, let's suppose, two virtual machines connected, and here let's suppose we have one VM connected, or for example, two VM connected. So because these two VMs are connected to VNet number 1, so they will be able to ping to each other using the system route. These two VMs are connected to VNet number 2, so they will also be able to ping to each other using system route. But if I want, the ping should happen among these two VMs along with these two VMs. मतलब इस VM का इसके साथ और इसका इसके साथ cross ping हो. So these two VMs will not be able to ping to these two VMs. Why? Because the VNets are different. If the VNets are different, cross communication does not happen by default. These two VMs cannot ping to these two virtual machines because of the different network. Different VNet represents different network. But in the scenario, if you want to do that, because in the real company it will be required, there will be different networks for different departments, for different branches, and we have to do the connectivity. So how we can do that? So for that we have to do the regional peering. So regional peering is required when we have the VNets in the same region. In the same region, if you have different VNets, and if you want to establish the cross communication, then we do the regional peering. So let's first start with the regional peering practical, then I will discuss about global peering as well. So let me open that file that I shared with you yesterday. So here, generally we have two types of peering. Third one is the default one. ये जो मैंने ये वाला बताया आपको, the system route, this is the default. So this is the default category, but if I specifically talk about peering, peering means connectivity. So we have two types of practical connectivity, regional and global. So regional peering is used when we have the different VNets in the same region. So let's first see this practical. So what I'm going to do, For this practical, I will create two VNets. VNet number one, this will be in UK South. Then I will create VNet number two. This will be in the UK South as well. दोनों के दोनों UK South में होंगे. In the VNet number one, I will create two virtual machines. One is also enough, but I will show you two. And in VNet number two, I will create another two VMs. जब आप प्रैक्टिकल करो तो एक एक VM में काम हो जाएगा. I just want to show you the concept. That is why I am using two VMs. In your case, when you will do the personal practical, one VM is enough. One VM here, one VM here. So I will create two VM in VNet number one in the UK South. Another two VMs I will create in UK South region in VNet number two. After that, because they both are in the same region, UK South, but the VNets are different, so the ping will not happen. Then I will show you the regional peering practical. So let's first create the VNet number one and two in the UK South. So let me log in into the Azure portal. I will first create the VNet. So let's go to the VNet part. Click on create. So I don't have any resource group. Give the name. Then VNet -01 will be the name. Region will be UK South. Click on next. Click on next. IP range, I will use this one, the default one. And here I will go with /20 or /24, let's say. This is enough. And I will go with the default subnet. I will just change the name of it. इसका बस नाम change कर दूंगा मैं. And I will give S1, subnet number 1. Click on save. Click on next, next, and review plus create. So VNet number 1 will be created now. So this is done. Now I have one VNet. If you go to the virtual network, so you can see there is VNet -01. Now I have to create another VNet in the same region in the UK South. So let's create. You can choose the same resource group or you can create a new resource group as well. That is fine. I will go with the same. So VNet -02 region will be same UK South. Next, next. Here I will change the range of the IP address because same IP ranges we cannot use if we want to do the peering. Otherwise, there will be network conflict. If you don't want to do the peering, that is fine. But if you want to do the peering, so you cannot use the same address space which is in another VNet. So here, let's suppose I will be using C class address. So I will use 192.168.1.0/16. That is fine. Or you can change it as well. Let's suppose /22. So you will get 1024 addresses. These all are free of cost. Private IPs are always free. So I will be using C class IP with the CIDR of CIDR. From here you can remove. It is not required. And from here you can choose. So from here, let's suppose I will choose /24. So I will be getting 256 addresses. And in the subnet, I will just change the name of the subnet. I am okay with the default range. If you want, you can change it as well. You know how to change it. Here I will give the name S2, subnet number 2. Save. So this is the range. This is the subnet name. Click on next and review plus create. Now let's wait for the deployment to happen. So this deployment is also completed. I have another VNet as well. If I go to the VNet, you can see we have two VNets. If I will refresh, there are two VNet. Both of them are in the UK South region. Their IP ranges are also different. If you click on this, here the address space is 10 and there is no connected devices right now. If you go to VNet 02, the address space will be of 192 series and there is no connected device right now. Now let's create the virtual machines and I will connect them with this VNet. So two virtual machines I will create in the VNet 01. Another two virtual machines I will create in the VNet 02. So दो VMs VNet 01 पे, दो VMs VNet number 2 पे. So let's do that. So I will go to the virtual machine now. Click on create Azure virtual machine. Choose the resource group. First name will be VM01. Location would be UK South. No redundancy. Image, you can choose anyone. I will go with Windows 19. Configuration is okay क्योंकि बस connectivity ही देखनी है. Port number 3389 has to be enabled. Next, next. In the networking, I want to connect this VM with VNet 01. So I will choose VNet 01 as a network. And in the VNet 01, the subnet is S1, which is in the 10 series. So I will choose it. Rest of the things will be as it is. Simply review plus create. Now let's wait for the deployment to happen. So this deployment is done. Now let me create another VM and that VM will also be in the VNet 01. एक VM बन गई है, एक और बनाते हैं in the VNet 01. So choose the resource group. Name will be VM 02. No redundancy. Image will be okay. Set up the user ID and password. Enable the port. Next, next. In the networking, we need to choose VNet 01 because I want to connect this VM with the VNet 01 network. Rest of the things are okay. It will get the IP from subnet number 1 S1, which is the part of VNet 01. Click on next, then review plus create. So let's wait for this deployment to happen also. So this VM is also created. Now we have two virtual machines and both of them are connected with VNet 01. If you go to VNet 01 and if you go to the connected devices, you will see both the VMs are part of it. One has got 10.0.0.4, another one has got 10.0.0.5, and they are getting the IP from subnet number 1. And same you can verify from the VM as well. Just go to the virtual machine and scroll down so you can verify the IP and the VNet details from here. So the IP is 10.0.0.4 and the VNet is VNet 01 subnet number 1. And same goes for this VM as well. Go to VM 02. So IP is 10.0.0.5 and the VNet is VNet 01 subnet number 1. Now I will create third virtual machine and that third virtual machine will be the part of VNet 2. VNet 2 में third VM बनेगी and I will create another fourth VM which is in VNet 2. So two virtual machines I need to connect in VNet 02. So let's do that. So go to the create button, Azure VM, choose the resource group. VM name will be VM-03. It will be in the same region, UK South. Then user ID and password. Now 3389. Next. Next. Under the networking, we want to connect this new VM with the VNet 02. So I will choose VNet 02. Then it will automatically take the subnet which is associated with VNet 02. It is S2. Rest of the things will be as it is. Click on next, next, and review plus create. So this VM is also deployed. Now I will create the fourth virtual machine in the VNet 02. So we have three VMs. Let's create the fourth one. Same details. It will be VM 04. No redundancy. Next. Next. Under the networking, I will choose VNet 2. It will take the subnet automatically. Then review plus create. Now let's wait for this deployment to happen as well. So this is also deployed. Now let's take the remote of all these four virtual machines and let's do the connectivity. So for the connectivity, I told you we have to make some changes in the firewall as we did yesterday. We have to enable the ICMP exception. So ICMP exception enable कर लो आप लोग, या तो अभी अपने टाइम बचाने के लिए you can disable the firewall as well. That is up to you. In the company, the firewall will be enabled and ICMP will be allowed, just like I have shown you yesterday. So let's take the remote one by one and let's make the changes. So I will download the RDP file here. So this is VM number one. Now let's connect with VM2 as well. Then VM03. Then VM04. So all the four VMs are connected now in the remote. Third, fourth. Let's verify their host name as well for the easiness. एक एक करके VM में चलते हैं. So this is VM01. Let me open the CMD and let's verify the host name. So it is VM01. Then I will go to another VM. This is VM02. So host name, it is VM02. Now I will go with the third one. This is third. This one is VM03. Then I will go with the last one. So host name, this is VM04. So I have the connection of all the four virtual machines. Now let's make the changes in the firewall as we did yesterday. कल वाले की तरह firewall में changes करते हैं and then we will see the ping. So go to the firewall, go to advanced settings, go to inbound rules, then we have to select file and printer sharing echo request ICMP version 4, right click, enable. So this is done. Now same thing I will do with another three virtual machines as well. So go to the next one. This is 4. Go to advanced settings, inbound rules, file and printer sharing echo request, right click, then enable. Now another VM, VM2. enable. This is also done. Now the pending one is VM03. So this is VM03. So enable it. So this is also done. Now let's see the communication part. So right now I am in VM03, and from VM03 if I will ping to VM04, the ping will happen. So let's verify the IP of VM04. This is VM04, and here if I will check the IP address, so it is 192.168.1.5, and if I go to VM03, here the IP is 192.168.1.4. So from 192.168.1.4, if I will ping to 192.168.1.5, the ping will happen because they are connected to VNet 02. So let's see, if I will ping 192.168.1.5, the ping will happen. See, the communication is happening. Same goes here as well. If you will ping from VM04 to VM03, the ping will happen. So 192.168.1.4, 20, the ping is happening. See, the connectivity is there. Similarly, if I will go to VM01, let's verify the IP. It will be 10.0.0.4, and the VM02 has the IP of 10.0.0.5. So from VM01, if I will do the ping to VM02, the ping will happen. Let's check. So I will ping to 10.0.0.5, and the ping is happening. See, it means there is connectivity. So VM01 and VM02 is able to ping to each other. VM03 and VM04 is able to ping to each other. But from VM01, right now I am on VM01. See, from VM01, if I will try to ping to VM03, which is 192.168, what is the IP? I think IP है 1.4. So if I will try to ping from VM01 to VM03, 192.168.1.4-T, the ping is not coming because VM03 is connected to the different virtual network. The VNets are different. So here, if you go to the Azure portal and if you go to the VNet, in the VNet 2, we have two servers connected, 192.168.1.4 and 1.5. They both are able to ping to each other. And in VNet 01, we have two servers connected, 10.0.0.4, 10.0.0.5. They both are able to ping to each other. But this 10 network, this 10.0.0.4, 10.0.0.5, is unable to ping to the 192 network because both of them are connected to the different VNets. इनके VNets अलग-अलग है. So if I need the cross communication to happen, if I want the connectivity of these two VMs should happen with these two VMs, then I need to do the regional peering. Why? Because both of the VNets are in the same region. They both are in the UK South. दोनों के दोनों VNet UK South में बनाए गए हैं. So the peering will be regional. If the regions are same but the VNets are different, you have to do the regional peering. So right now the ping is not happening. If I do the cross pings, there is no ping. So how to do the regional peering? It's very simple. Even the global peering practical is also same. बस उसका नाम अलग है, concept is different, but the practical steps will remain same. So let's do that. So in order to do the regional peering, go to the virtual network, go to any of the VNet that you want to connect. Right now what I want to do, I want to connect VNet number 1 with VNet 02. मेरे को VNet 1 को 2 के साथ connect करना है. That is my requirement. और यू कैन से VNet 2 विद VNet 1 और VNet 1 विद 2. चाहे यहाँ से बोल लो, चाहे यहाँ से बोल लो, दोनों को आपस में ही जोड़ना है हमें. सो आई वांट टू कनेक्ट बोथ द वर्चुअल नेटवर्क्स टुगेदर. सो यू कैन गो टू एनी ऑफ द VNet. किसी भी VNet में चले जाओ आप. यू कैन गो टू VNet 2, यू कैन गो टू VNet 1, दैट इज फाइन. So go, scroll down, and there is one option of peering. In the VNet 01, there is one option of peering. Just click on this. Once you will click, there is no peering right now. So you have to click on add. Then we have to give the details. So it is asking for the remote virtual network summary. Remote means right now you are sitting on VNet 01 एंड वेयर डू यू वांट टू कनेक्ट टू? यू वांट टू कनेक्ट टू वीनेट 02। वीनेट 1 पे बैठ के आपको 2 पे कनेक्ट करना है इस टाइम पे. सो रिमोट नेटवर्क मीन्स वीनेट 2. You are on VNet 1, VNet 2 will be your remote network. So give any name for the peering link. कोई भी नाम दे दो. I will give VNet 1 to VNet 2. Just for the easiness, I am giving VNet 1 to VNet 2. You can give any name. आप कुछ भी नाम दे दो. That is okay. Then where do you want to connect? कौन से VNet पे आपको connectivity करनी है? I am on VNet 1. I want to connect to VNet 2. So choose VNet 2. Then scroll down. Allow VNet 2 to access VNet 01. It means ping के लिए आपको ये ऑप्शन इनेबल करना है. Along for the ping, you have to enable this option as well. ये वाला. Forward the traffic to VNet number 1 to 2. VNet 1 से 2 पे ट्रैफिक भी आना चाहिए, मतलब पिंग के पैकेट्स भी आने चाहिए, प्लस कनेक्टिविटी शुड ऑल्सो हैपन, डेटा शेयरिंग शुड ऑल्सो हैपन. So these two check boxes you need to enable. These two check boxes, which is in the bottom, this is for a different practical. This is for transit. There is one topic, gateway transit. So for the gateway transit, these two options are used. For the peering, these two option has to be selected. So I just want to do the peering right now, so I will just choose these two boxes for the connectivity. Scroll down. Now you need to give your local virtual network detail. Local means अपना खुद का, where you are sitting right now. So I am on VNet 1, so I will just give any name. I will give anything, VNet 2 to VNet number 1. Then check these two boxes. इन दोनों boxes को check करना है. This is for VNet 1. क्योंकि VNet 1 पे भी तो ping allow करोगे ना. Then click on add. That's it. Now you can see two peerings are getting added. Two peering क्यों? Because we are connecting two VNet. Let's suppose VNet number 1 and VNet number 2. If VNet number 1 is connected to VNet number 2, it simply means VNet number 2 is also connected to VNet number 1. If A is the friend of B, if A person is the friend of B person, it means B is also the friend of A, right? If A knows B, if A and B both are best friends, A knows B, it means B also knows A. If A and B are friends, so B and A, they are also friends. So cross communication is there. That is why two peerings got added. इसलिए दो peering बनी है between VNet number 1 to 2 and 2 to 1. So if you see the peering now, you can see I have given this name VNet 2 to 1. Fully synchronized connected means peering is okay. You are on VNet number 1 and you are connected to VNet number 2. If you will now go to VNet number 2 and if you go to the peering right now, so you will see automatically there is a peering from VNet number 1 to 2 and you are connected to VNet number 1 and you are sitting on VNet number 2. So मैंने एक जगह की peering करी और दूसरे जगह की अपने आप हो गई. I had to do the peering from one side, another side got automatically added because it is transitive in nature. Peerings are transitive. That is why two connections got added. Now both the VNets are connected together and now the ping will happen. देखो अब ping आएगा. If I will refresh this, see the ping is coming. I am sitting on VM01 which has 10.0.0.4 IP address and now I am able to ping to 192.168.1.4 which is VM03 which is connected to VNet number 2. So अब ping होएगा इनके बीच में. So there is a connectivity now. You can validate from another VMs also. I will go to VM04 right now. This is VM4. Validate. VM4. From here, I will try to ping to 10.0.0.4, which is the IP of VM01. And now the ping is happening. So now all the four virtual machines are able to ping to each other because I have done the peering. अब peering हो चुकी है. And if I will delete the peering, let's suppose if I go to the VNet and if I will go to the peering and if you will delete it, आप select करो, delete. You have to type delete here. Delete, delete. Now the peering will be broken. And you can see two peerings are getting deleted. एक VNet 1 की और एक 2 वाली जो peering है, that will also be deleted. So both the peerings will get deleted. And at the end, you can see the connection is broken now. टूट गया connection because the peering has been disturbed. So now VM1 and 2 will be able to ping. VM3 and 4 will be able to ping, but VM1, 2 will not be able to ping to VM3 and 4 because of the peering disputes. क्योंकि peering टूट गई है अब खत्म. See, Here also the peering is broken. So this is the regional peering practical. So it was very easy. And in the same manner, we have to do the global peering as well. So let's understand the global peering part now. So what is global peering? Global peering basically means when you have different VNets into different region. Let's suppose we have VNet number one, VNet number two. VNet number one is in UK South. VNet number two is in East US. So both are in different region. Now if the virtual machines are connected together, so these VMs will be able to ping. These VMs will be able to ping because they are connected to the same VNet. But if I want to ping these two VMs with these two VMs, that will not happen. So cross connectivity will not happen because their VNets are different. Plus their regions are also different. So when the regions are different and the VNets are also different, if we want to connect them together, we have to do the global peering. So global peering is used when you want to connect different VNets in the different region. So let's see this practical. So for this practical, what I'm going to do, let me delete two virtual machines, VM3 and 4, क्योंकि चार चार VM रखने का फायदा नहीं है अब. So I will delete VM3 and 4 only. I will keep VM1 and 2. I will delete 4 as well. Then I will delete VNet number 2 as well because 3 and 4 was connected to VNet 2. So delete the VNet 2 network. Let it remove first. जब तक ये कुछ connect होगा आप VNet delete नहीं कर सकते. See, so until this VM are getting deleted, you cannot delete this particular VNet. तो जब VM delete होगा तभी आप ये हटा सकते हो. Otherwise, if any VM is connected, it will not allow you to delete something. Now there is no connected device. Now I can delete the VNet. So delete. Still it is showing in use. So let's refresh once. Now try to delete. Now it is deleting. See. So deletion is done. If you go to the VNet now, so we will have only one VNet. VNet 01. अभी सिर्फ एक ही VNet है. And in this VNet we have two servers connected, VM01 and VM02, and they have this IP address. Similarly, if you go to the virtual machine and refresh, you will have only two VMs, and both of them are connected to the VNet 01. Now for the global peering practical, what I will do, I already have one VNet in the UK South. I will create another VNet in the East US region. So region has to be different for the global peering. So one more VNet in the East US. So click on create. You can choose the same resource group. I will give VNet-02 name, and this time it will be in the East US. So I will choose East US as a region. Then click on next. Next. Here I will change the range of IP to 192.168.1.0. And here let's suppose I will choose /22. In the subnet, I will just change the name. I am okay with the default range. So I will give S2. /24. Okay. Let me cancel it once. 192.168.1.0, 192.168.1.0/22. That is fine. Change the name. 1.0. Okay, okay, okay. I have used a different name here. Yeah, it should be 00. Then here I will just change the name. Subnet number 2, S2. And here also it should be 00. So you have to refresh it once. को भी refresh कर लो एक बार. Now it is fine. So S2, save, click on next, next, and review plus create. So it is in a different region now. It is in East US. दो VM डिलीट हुई है तो दोनों के कनेक्शन टूट गए. Just remove them. So this deployment is done. Now I have VNet number 2 as well, but there is no server connected to the VNet 2. So it is in East US, you can see. Now I will create one virtual machine and I will connect it with VNet 02. So that VM will also be in the East US. You can create two as well, three as well, but one is now enough क्योंकि अब concept आपको clear हो गया है. So I will just create one virtual machine and connect it with VNet 02. Then I will show you the global peering practical. So let's create one VM. Choose the resource group. Name will be VM03 and the region will be East US. Now set up the user ID and password. Next, next. Under the network interface, I will choose VNet02 because VNet02 is connected in the East US region. It will automatically take the subnet S2 because we only have one subnet, so it is showing one subnet only. In yesterday's scenario, I had created two subnets, so we had the option to choose one of the subnet. तो कल हमने दो दो सबनेट बनाए थे एक एक VNet में, so we had the option to choose it accordingly. Now next, next, and review plus create. Rahul wants to ask something. Yes, Rahul, tell me. Yes, Rahul, you can unmute. I think Rahul.
हेलो सर.
Yes, Rahul.
सर अभी हम वर्चुअल मशीन में अगर रीजन अलग लिए तो सर ईस्ट यूएस के अलावा दूसरा
कुछ और
कुछ,
ले लो, कुछ और ले लो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है.
मतलब वीनेट तो यूएस में है.
मतलब अच्छा वीएम का रीजन अलग करना चाहते हो और वीनेट ईस्ट यूएस वाला, तो वो ईस्ट
हाँ
यूएस
सर.
वाला वीनेट इसमें कनेक्ट नहीं होगा ना फिर इस वीएम में.
तो रीजन सेम होना ही चाहिए.
हाँ, वीनेट और
हाँ.
वीएम का रीजन सेम होना चाहिए. अगर आप किसी
हाँ.
दूसरे रीजन में वीएम बना रहे हो तो उसका एक अलग वीनेट बनाना पड़ेगा आपको फिर.
ओके.
क्लियर.
हाँ क्लियर.
ओके, so let's create and wait. So this deployment is done. I have another virtual machine which is connected to East US region and the VNet is also VNet 02. If you click, you can see. See, VNet 02 subnet number 2. And if you go to the virtual network, if you click on this VNet, if you go to the connected device, so from here also you can see VM03 is connected and the IP is 192.168.0.4. Now let's take the remote of VM03 as well. इसका भी remote लेते हैं and let's do the global peering. Before that, let's see if the ping is happening or not. So connect. So this is VM03. Check the host name and check the IP address. It is 192.168.0.4. From here, if I will try to ping to VM01, which is 10.0.0.4, the ping will not happen. Ping नहीं होगा देखो, because VNet 03 is not connect. VNet 02 is not connected to VNet 01. That is why this VM03 will not be able to ping to VM01 and 2. तो इनके बीच में ping नहीं होगा. And same thing if you will go to VM01 as well. From here, if you will try to ping to 192.168.0.4, the ping will not happen. ये VM03 का IP है हमारा 0.4. The ping will not happen. And if you make the changes in the firewall as well, VM03 में आ गए हम. And here I will open the firewall. Still the ping will not happen. As you know, ping होगा ही नहीं. Go to advanced settings, inbound rules, then file and printer sharing echo request, right click, enable. So ping will not happen. So we have to do the peering, and this time we have to do the global peering. Why? Because the VNets are in the different region. Both the VNets are in East US and UK South. So connectivity will not happen. So for this, we have to do the global peering now. So it is again same process. Go to any of the VNet. I will go to VNet 1. Go to the peering option, and same process we have to follow. Click on add. Give the remote network details. So I will give VNet 1 to VNet 02. We are doing the connectivity. I want to connect to VNet number 2. I am sitting on VNet 1. VNet 1 से 2 पे connectivity कर रहा हूँ मैं. Check both the boxes. Here also give the local details. So from VNet 2 to VNet number 1, check both the boxes. Now click on add. Now the global peering is done. So it will add the peering on both the ends. And now if you go to the peering option, so you can validate. I am sitting on VNet 1 and I am connected to VNet number 2. Similarly, if I will go to VNet number 2, under the connected devices, you can see in the peering, I am connected to VNet number 1. So both the sides peering have been added. Now if you go to the VM, the ping has started. देखो ping आ गया. And if you go to the third VM, the ping will also come. See, here also the ping is coming. We are on the third virtual machine. So if you want to verify, you can just check the host name. See, we are on VM3, and if I will ping to 10.0.0.4, the ping is happening. If I will ping to 10.0.0.5, the ping will happen because there is a global peering setup now. So this was your practical of peering. The complete peering is done now. We have seen regional peering, we have seen global peering, and we have also discussed about the backbone peering or system route peering, which is default condition. So this will be your interview scenario based question as well. Now in the note, it is specifically mentioned how the peering happens, in which condition, what peering we have to do. So it is mentioned in the note. Now let's start a new topic, which is Azure Bastion. So that will be our new topic. Azure Bastion. Before that, let me delete 2 or 3 VMs. It is no longer required now. अब एक ही VM का काम है. So I will delete VM 02 and 3 both. Rakesh. Yes, Rakesh.
सर बोथ पेयरिंग का सेम प्रोसेस है क्या?
हाँ, प्रैक्टिकल स्टेप सेम ही है, नाम अलग अलग है बस,
तो
क्योंकि वीनेट
वैसे
अलग
पता
अलग है.
कैसे लगेगा? रीजन को देख के पता लगेगा क्या कि कौन सा है पेयरिंग?
कुछ नहीं, याद करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. थ्योरी कॉन्सेप्ट ये बोलता है कि अगर वीनेट अलग अलग रीजन में है तो ग्लोबल पेयरिंग होगी, मतलब उसका नाम ग्लोबल पेयरिंग होगा. वीनेट सेम रीजन में है तो रीजनल पेयरिंग होगी. वो थ्योरेटिकल कॉन्सेप्ट बोलता है, बट प्रैक्टिकल का स्टेप सेम है. वही सेम तरीके से जाके बस पेयरिंग कर देनी है हमें. डिफरेंट वीनेट है तो पिंग होगा ही नहीं होगा, चाहे वो सेम रीजन में हो चाहे डिफरेंट रीजन में हो. ये मान के चलो, अगर डिफरेंट वीनेट्स है, चाहे वो सेम रीजन में हो चाहे डिफरेंट में हो, पिंग नहीं होगा तो पेयरिंग करनी है. पेयरिंग करने का प्रैक्टिकल सेम है. उसके कॉन्सेप्ट है डिटेल में कि अगर वो वीनेट अलग अलग रीजन में है तो ग्लोबल है, सेम रीजन में है तो रीजनल है. ठीक है. अब पता करना है कौन सी पेयरिंग हो रखी है, तो वीनेट के रीजन देख के पता चलेगा. जिन वीनेट्स के बीच में कनेक्टिविटी है उनके रीजन चेक कर लो. सेम रीजन है तो रीजनल पेयरिंग होगी, अलग अलग रीजन दिखा रहे हैं तो ग्लोबल पेयरिंग कर रखी है. क्लियर?
ओके.
तो VM 2 इज डिलीटेड. नाउ लेट्स डिलीट VM 3 एज वेल. इसको भी डिलीट कर देते हैं, वरना कॉस्ट आती रहेगी. आफ्टर दैट आई विल डिलीट VNet 02, क्योंकि उसका भी काम नहीं है, ब्लैंक है ये. सो डिलीट. अभी ये डिलीट हो रहा है VM 03, सो इट विल नॉट बी डिलीटेड. लेट्स वेट. So this VNet is also getting deleted. Now if you will go to the VNet, we will only left with one VNet. एक ही VNet बचेगा हमारे पास. After this is getting deleted. Now let me delete some public IPs also, क्योंकि कुछ फालतू की public IP भी पड़ी हुई है. So go to the public IP. अच्छा, वो उसके साथ ही delete कर दिया था हमने. ठीक है. We have only one IP here, and if you refresh, ठीक है. So this VNet is deleted. Now I am left with only one VM, VM 01, which is in the UK South, and this VM is connected to VNet 01. ये VNet 01 पे connected है. Now let's understand a new topic which is called Azure Bastion. You can pronounce this as Bastion. You can call it Bastion. Both are okay. Bastion, Bastion, both are okay. In the US, we pronounce this as Bastion. In the UK, we pronounce this as Bastion. So in some company, they will call it Azure Bastion. In some company, they will call it Bastion. So both are okay. The pronunciation part is different here. Now, what is the meaning of this? Let me open one document which will be shared with you again. Bastion, yeah, this one. ये पहले भी शेयर हुआ होगा आप लोगों के उसमें रीडिप्लॉय वाले नोट्स के अंदर, बट दोबारा भी शेयर होगा. So what is Bastion actually? As we have already seen that whenever we want to take the remote of the VM, we need a public IP. Yesterday, I have shown you how we can take the remote using the private IP as well. We took the remote of one of the VM and we checked the ping connectivity. Then after, we were able to take the remote using the private IP. So yesterday, I have shown you that. But in general scenario, whenever I want to take the remote of the VM, I need a public IP. Azure Bastion is one of the resource in Azure which will create a backbone connectivity network, which is going to create a separate network, and it will allow you to take the remote of the VM without using the public IP on the VM itself. VM पे public IP ना होने के बाद भी आपको remote access करवा देगा. So it will give you the remote access on the browser. ये आपको browser पे remote access करवाता है. Browser means Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge. इन screens के ऊपर आपको remote access कराएगा. Just like when you take the remote, so you get this kind of screen, but now the Azure Bastion service will provide you the remote on the browser screen. वो यहाँ पे आपको remote access करवाएगा. So Bastion is one of the service in Azure which will allow you to take the remote of the VM without having the public IP on it. And it will allow you to take the remote on the browser screen. VM पे public IP होने की जरूरत नहीं है और ये ब्राउजर पे आपको रिमोट एक्सेस करा देगा whether it is Linux, whether it is Windows. So Linux should have SSH protocol, Windows should have RDP protocol. Now, how does it work? The very first thing is it is platform as a service, PaaS service. If you remember, IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. So virtual machine is IaaS service, infrastructure as a service, and Azure Bastion is a platform as a service. So you have to remember these names also because in interview they can ask you which service is PaaS, which service is IaaS. So Azure Bastion is one of the PaaS service, platform as a service. How does it work? कैसे काम करता है? So when you will create a Azure Bastion, जब आप Azure Bastion create करोगे, Azure Bastion is going to create a separate network resource. ये आपका एक separate network बना देगा. It will create a separate network. Now, let's suppose you have 3 virtual machines. 2 virtual machines are, let's say, Windows. ये दोनों Windows की है, and one is in Linux. ये Linux की है. So you want to give the access to these 3 virtual machines without having any public IP. आप इन पे public IP नहीं रखना चाहते. So there are private IPs on the VM. प्राइवेट आईपीस डली हुई है VMs के ऊपर एंड पोर्ट नंबर 3389 एंड 22 इज इनेबल्ड क्योंकि विंडो के लिए 3389 एंड फॉर द लिनक्स इट विल बी 22. सो RDP and SSH is enabled but there is no public IP. How the Bastion works? So Bastion you have to create the Bastion network which is a separate network and this Bastion will be connected with the internet. ये connect होगा internet के साथ. Means this Bastion will have a public IP. Bastion network पे public IP होगी and this will be directly attached with the internet. The VMs does not have any public IP. They will be operating with the private IPs. उन पे private IP होगी and these virtual machines will be connected to the Bastion network. ये तीनों VMs Bastion के साथ connected होगी. Whenever any user from any location, कोई भी user किसी भी location से whenever he or she wants to take the remote of any of the VM, वो किसी भी remote का VM लेना चाहता है, he will go to the Azure portal and from the Azure portal he will send the request to the Azure Bastion directly. वो Bastion पे request भेजेगा, not to the VM. क्योंकि VM पे तो private IP है and through private IP the remote is not possible. So he will send the request to the Bastion network. वो Bastion को भेजेगा request that I need the remote. And which protocol will be responsible for the connection? TLS, transport layer security. So when the user is initiating a connection to the Bastion, the TLS protocol, transport layer security, will be used and the port number will be 443. 443 से request आएगी, not from 3389, not from 22. इससे नहीं आएगी because we have not given the public IP access on the VM. So ये protocol direct काम ही नहीं करेंगे इसके लिए. This is a very secure method. User will send a connection request over port number 443 which is TLS port number. TLS के port पे वो request भेजेगा to the Bastion. Now Bastion will check that this user wants to take the remote. So Bastion will contact internally to the VM. Let's suppose this VM is required, so he will contact to this VM and then the Bastion will take the remote on its screen. Bastion अपनी screen के ऊपर remote ले लेगा इस VM का, इस वाले VM का. Suppose I need this VM access, so Bastion will take the access on its screen. अपनी screen पे access ले लेगा using the, if it is Linux, so SSH, if it is Windows, using the RDP. So internally, locally, in the LAN, it will take the remote access. Once the remote access is allowed on its screen, now the Bastion will give the access to the user through its own network publicly. Bastion अपने public network के through इसको access दे देगा अब using TLS protocol port number 443, which will be through the browser. So it will not be the direct access of the VM. VM का direct access user को नहीं दिया जाएगा, Bastion will take the remote on its screen, Bastion अपनी screen पे remote लेके, then it will provide it to the user using TLS protocol. So RDP SSH के through इसको remote नहीं मिलेगा user को, user will be getting the access over TLS, which is on the browser. वो बोलेगा browser के ऊपर, and the port number will be 443. So in case if any hacking happens, अगर कोई hacking हो भी गई मान लो, so hacker will only be able to attack to the Bastion. Hacker सिर्फ Bastion पे attack कर सकता है, because Bastion is connected to the public IP. It is connected to the open internet. But hacker cannot attack to my virtual machines, because my virtual machines are internally, they are in the internal VNet. वो सब VNet से connected है. This is the VNet icon. So my virtual machines are connected to the VNet internally using private IP. So the hackers from the external location cannot connect to my virtual machine directly, क्योंकि वो private IPs पे operate हो रही है. Hacker is in a different location. So hacker can only attack to my Bastion, but he will not be able to access my VM, क्योंकि मेरी VM तो internal network में है, which is called DMZ. This setup is called DMZ, demilitarized zone. So in the demilitarized zone, one network will be exposed to the open internet. एक network internet को expose हो जाता है. Another network will be my internal network, which will have the private IP scenario only. So these servers cannot be accessed from a remote location. आप इसको सिर्फ कंपनी के VPN पे access कर पाओगे, and from the company location only. You cannot access them. Let's say they are in US, you cannot access them from India. If you want, you need to do the VPN connectivity, जो कि एक सिक्योर नेटवर्क हो जाएगा कंपनी का. But if you are using the Bastion, you don't have to do any VPN. You can directly send a request to the Bastion. Bastion will take the remote, then it will provide it to you. So this is very secure kind of setup. If you don't want to use much of the resources, if you don't want to take any tension, so you can set up the Bastion. And Bastion will be connected to your VNet. Bastion आपके पूरे VNet पे connect होता है. Remember, if let's suppose I have VNet 01, my Bastion will be connected to the VNet 01 completely. So in case I have 10 virtual machines in the VNet 01, through one Bastion, I would be able to take the remote of 10 VMs. मतलब Bastion VM level पे काम नहीं करता. Bastion will not be connected to the VM directly. Bastion will always be connected to the virtual network. So in my virtual network, let's suppose I have 3 virtual machines. So using the single Bastion, I can take the remote of 3 virtual machines. If I have 10 VMs connected in my VNet, I can take the remote of 10 virtual machines using the same Azure Bastion. That is good thing about the Bastion. So you only have to pay about the one Bastion. You will pay just for the one Bastion charges, and whatever number of servers you have in the VNet, it will be accessible through that same Bastion. So connection limits are also there that I will show you. Otherwise, this is one of the very good secure type of connection method. Practical is very easy. Let's do that. In order to do the practical of the Bastion, you must have one of the virtual machine. So I already have VM01. What I will do, I will remove the public IP of this server first. इसका public IP हटा देते हैं, because in real scenario it is not there. So go to the public IP. You already know how to remove that. Go to the overview and disassociate. Yes. Then I will delete this public IP also. इसके बाद इसको delete भी कर देंगे अभी. So now I will delete. So it is deleted now. So I don't have any public IP on the virtual machine. If you will refresh, this will be removed. No public IP. I only have the private IP, which is 10.0.0.4. So वो यहाँ पे दिखाएगा आपको. It is connected to VNet 01 and it has private IP of 10.0.0.4. Now I want to take the remote using the Bastion. Through private IP, the remote is not allowed. मैंने आपको पहले भी दिखाया था, remote will not come. So how to enable the Bastion? So you can directly search for the Bastion from here, and you can go to the Bastion and you can create the Bastion network. Otherwise, you can go to any of the VM, किसी भी VM में चले जाओ, which is connected to VNet 01. Just go to any of the random VM. In my case, I will go to VM01, and you can simply go to the Bastion option under the connect. Bastion में चले जाओ सीधा. So you can see the definition. It will protect your VMs by secure and seamless RDP and SSH connection without the need to expose them to the public IP address. So here what you can do, click again. Here what you can do, go to the Bastion. It is going to create one of the Bastion network. The name will be vnet-01 Bastion. ये Bastion का नाम होगा. Resource group, it will automatically select. It will connect with VNet01 because VM01 is connected to the VNet01 network. Then as I told you, Bastion will have a public IP. Bastion का एक public IP होगा, so that Bastion can connect to the internet. So this will be the name of the public IP. And this will be the address. ये सब address अपने आप ले लेगा. Because Bastion also requires a address to operate internally. So Bastion को एक अपना address चाहिए होगा जो अपने आप ले लेगा. Then you can click on deploy Bastion. In the company, they will be having the manual Bastion setting. एक तो होता है automatic deployment, एक होता है manual. So in company, the people will always do the manual setting because they want to control the names. ये सारे name वगैरह वो अपने हिसाब से देना चाहते हैं. So in our case also, I will configure it manually. But before setting up the Bastion, remember we need one of the subnet. हमें Bastion का एक अलग से subnet चाहिए होता है. You cannot connect the Bastion with your internal subnet. जो हमने subnet बनाया होता है ना S1, S2 to give them the IP address. You cannot connect your Bastion over there. आप अपने Bastion को वहां पे connect नहीं कर सकते. Because if any hacker will attack on the Bastion and your Bastion is connected to the VNet subnet, so easily hacker can target to the subnet and hacker will hack all the VMs. So because of the security concern, the Bastion will be connected to your VNet, but it will have a separate subnet. इसका खुद का subnet होना चाहिए. You cannot use your VM subnet with the Bastion. So that is one of the requirement and you have to remember this. So go to the VNet first. सबसे पहले VNet में जाना है. Here I have VNet01 and go to the subnet. Right now I have only one subnet and what is my address space? So it is 24 and subnet is also completely used. पूरा मैंने address देखो subnet use कर लिया है. So let me first increase the range, but उससे पहले मुझे VM हटानी पड़ेगी. I think the VM is connected. और ये peering वगैरह delete नहीं करी थी मैंने I think. Remote peering is also not there because I have deleted that. Error आ सकता है इसमें. There is one VM I guess. एक VM भी connected है, so range increment is not possible and I cannot even delete this because this is getting the IP. अब यहाँ पे हमारे पास 3 IP नहीं बची है कुछ भी. And we can also not increase this range because इस पे अभी एक VM connected है, so if I will try to let's say make it /23, वैसे increase हो जाना चाहिए. Let's see. मैंने IP रेंज बढ़ाई है. ओके डन, इट्स डन. सबनेट चेंजेस आर नॉट पॉसिबल क्योंकि सबनेट में आपके VMs कनेक्टेड है, बट यू कैन ऑलवेज चेंज द एड्रेस स्पेस. सो नाउ आई हैव इंक्रीज्ड इट टू /23 और सबनेट में अब मेरे पास IP बच गई है. 250 मैंने यहाँ पे यूज कर ली है, मतलब ले ली है उस सबनेट के लिए. इन टोटल आई हैव 512 IP एड्रेसेस. सो 512 minus 250, स्टिल आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ IP. सो नाउ गो टू द सबनेट. सबनेट में जाओ, क्लिक ऑन द सबनेट ऑप्शन. सबनेट बनाना है अब आपको. सबनेट पर्पस शुड नॉट बी डिफॉल्ट बिकॉज वी वांट टू यूज इट फॉर द Bastion. सो यू हैव टू चूज Azure Bastion हियर. आप यहाँ पे Azure Bastion चूज करोगे, automatically it will take one of the name Azure Bastion subnet and it is case sensitive name. You cannot give the name as per your choice. A will be capital, B will be capital, S will be capital. So you cannot edit any name in the Bastion. It will always take the Azure Bastion subnet. This is the policy of the Microsoft. ये Microsoft की policy है. So the name of the Bastion subnet will be Azure Bastion subnet. Here you have to choose Azure Bastion, not default. Default is a default thing. So we have to change it to the Azure Bastion. Rest will be okay. बाकी सब कुछ ठीक है. Now you have to choose the IP address range also. So IP version 4 check कर दो and select the range. Now क्या कह रहा है /26 ओवरलैप्स, अच्छा ये कह रहा है ये आईपी ओवरलैप कर रही है, सो यू हैव टू चेंज द रेंज एज वेल। कहाँ ओवरलैप कर रही है? अलॉन्ग विद दिस 10.0.0.24 के साथ, ठीक है। You cannot use the same range of IP, so you have to make the changes. Hmm. Now it is okay. 10.0.0.0.1 10.1.0.0. So IP की रेंज चेंज हो गई है क्योंकि थर्ड ऑक्टेट में 1 दे दिया अब हमने. In the other ranges it is 10.0.0.0 and in our case it will be 10.0.1.0. So add. So now it will add one of the Bastion subnet. Done. So we have one S1 which is giving the IP to the VMs, and we have one Bastion which will be connected to the Bastion network. Now go to the VM03, not VM3, go to the VM1. एक ही VM है हमारे पास. Go to the Bastion. Then if you will click on deploy Bastion, it will be deployed automatically. You don't have to do anything then. It will automatically create the subnet in the VNet. अपने आप ही subnet बना देगा, अपने आप नाम दे देगा. This name will be given, this public IP will be created, this VNet will be connected automatically. You just have to click on deploy Bastion. कुछ भी नहीं करना, अपने आप ही बन जाएगा. But in company they don't go with the automatic option because you don't have the control to change these names. ये नाम आप change नहीं कर पाओगे फिर. You have to go with the default. So that is why in the company, just to use their own naming convention, they click on configure manually. So I will also configure manually. Then give the name of the Bastion. क्या नाम देना चाहते हो? So I will give Bastion -01. Location is UK South. Availability zone, so I don't want to keep it in the availability zone. एक ही copy ठीक है. Tier will be by default standard. ये सब plans होते हैं. Standard plan, basic plan, developer plan and premium plan. So depends upon the requirement, company takes the plan. ये support plans है. इसके अलग अलग चार्जेस होते हैं, अलग अलग सपोर्ट देता है माइक्रोसॉफ्ट. सो गो विद द स्टैंडर्ड. स्टैंडर्ड इज वन ऑफ द डिफॉल्ट प्लान. इन विच वीनेट यू वांट टू कनेक्ट इट? आप इसको किस वीनेट में कनेक्ट करना चाहते हो? सो आई वांट टू कनेक्ट इट विद वीनेट 01 एंड ऑटोमेटिकली यू कैन सी इट हैज टेकन द सबनेट एज्योर बेस्टियन. अपने आप ले लिया इसने, because in VNet 01 we have one Bastion subnet, so it will automatically take it. And if you click on the drop down you cannot choose S1. देखो S1 नहीं आ रहा है यहाँ पे. S1 is also there in VNet 1 but S1 is not coming. Why? Because Bastion always understands the Bastion subnet. Bastion दूसरे subnets को नहीं समझता. It will always work with the Bastion subnet. That is why only one is highlighted. So choose the one. Now it requires a public IP as well. इसको एक public IP भी चाहिए होता है so that it can connect to the internet. So it will create a new public IP. If you have the free public IP, you can use existing. Otherwise, create new. And here you can change the IP name as well. So I will give Bastion public IP. Rest of the things are okay. Click on next. So these are some of the security options. First is copy and paste. Copy and paste means from the Bastion VM, if you want to copy paste something, जैसे ही VM का रिमोट आएगा so उस VM से कुछ copy paste कर सकता है, यूजर की नहीं कर सकता. So that you can allow. If you will check this box, the copy paste will be enabled. सामने वाला copy paste कर सकता है, उधर का डेटा इधर और इधर का डेटा उधर. If you will uncheck, the copy paste feature will not be enabled. So I will enable it. Second is IP based connection. IP based connection and Kerberos connection are the part of Active Directory. There is Active Directory in the company. So Kerberos and IP based connection is used over there. अगर कोई domain का user है मान लो, just like in company there are domain users, so if they are sending the request to connect with the VM remotely, then the Kerberos and IP based authentication will be required. So in company it will be checked. ये दोनों चीजें check होती है वहाँ पे. Native client support means, let's say I have Apple laptop or I have Linux laptop, and from my Linux or from my Apple I want to take the remote of the Windows server. So that is native. Native means very old. या तो change है या तो बहुत पुराना है. Means suppose I have Windows XP in my laptop. अभी तक तो होता नहीं है आजकल. But suppose I have Windows XP and on my Windows XP screen I want to take the remote of Windows Server 2022. So that is native client कि बहुत पुराना OS है. So nowadays it is not there, तो इसको तो check नहीं करेंगे हम, because it will prone to the security risk. अगर आपके एनवायरनमेंट में ऐसा कोई पुराना ओएस है ही नहीं, लाइक एंटी 4.0 या विंडोज सर्वर 2023 2003 या फिर एक्सपी, तो इसको चेक मत करना. अदरवाइज इफ यू विल चेक दिस, सो हैकर कैन यूज दिस एंड ही कैन एंटर इनटू योर नेटवर्क. So remove this. Shareable link means because the remote will be provided on the browser screen, remote तो browser पे आएगा. So that is why उसका जो लिंक है वो किसी यूजर को और शेयर करके वो बुक मार्क बना के रख सकता है उसका, so that next time he can just enter that link and he will take the remote automatically. So if you want to allow this, you can share the link. Otherwise in company it is not a best practices, क्योंकि फिर वो लिंक किसी को भी शेयर कर सकता है उठा के to any of the user, and that will reduce the security layer. So this is not good option. Session recording is under preview. जो जो काम हो रहा है वो रिकॉर्ड भी हो जाएगा कि बंदा कितने देर में कहाँ कहाँ क्लिक करता है, बट इट इज अंडर प्रीव्यू, सो इट इज नॉट लॉन्च्ड येट, इट इज इन द ट्रायल बाय द माइक्रोसॉफ्ट, इसलिए ये अभी हाईलाइटेड नहीं है. So you have to check these three boxes for the security reason. Click on next, then review plus create. Now this is the summary, and you can now click on create. So it will take some time, 10 to 12 minutes or 15 minutes it will take for the deployment to happen. This is a lengthy practical. Meanwhile, you guys can be on the screen. आप screen पे बैठ के देखते रहो. I will also be here. Once it is done, then I will show you the connection, how the Bastion connection is done. Then we are done with the topic. Then in the next weekend we will start a new topic. So wait करते हैं. Let's wait for this deployment. So this particular Bastion is now connected. It is deployed. Now, if you go to the portal and if you search for the Bastion, you will see there will be one Bastion network associated, Bastion 01. If you click on this, you will see the detail about it. And right now there is no session. अभी तक कोई भी VM का remote नहीं ले रखा हमने. So you can see the session as well. There is no result. It means there is no connection yet. And this Bastion is connected with Bastion 01 as your Bastion subnet. It has a public IP also. And in the setting, if you go under the session, there is nothing. अभी कुछ भी नहीं है इसमें. And if you go to the connect option, from here you can take the remote of the VMs. You can take it from here. Otherwise, you can go to the virtual machines. Let's suppose I want to take the remote of VM01. So I will go here. There is no public IP on this. I will go to the Bastion. Here I simply need to choose the protocol because it is Windows machine. So I have to choose RDP. Port number is 3389. Then in the username, I need to type the user ID and password of the virtual machine. So username and password. जो आपने set किया था, simply type it. There is no public IP. Just enter the things in the portal, then click on connect, and now it will open a new connection in the browser. See, click on allow, and now you will have the remote access on the browser screen. See, this is how the Bastion works. So we have the remote on the browser screen. This is my VM01 and it is on the browser. This is how it works. So you can do everything. The connection will be there on the browser itself. Connection इसका browser पे होगा. So let's suppose I have only one VM in VNet 01, so I was able to take the remote through the Bastion. Because this Bastion is connected with my VNet, if you go to the VNet and if you go to the subnet, so you can see Azure Bastion subnet is connected here. And if you go to the connected devices, you can see the Bastion is connected with this VNet. Now I only have one virtual machine, but in case if I will create another VM also, in the same VNet. You don't have to set up the Bastion for that separately. आपको उसके लिए अलग से Bastion नहीं बनाना. Let's suppose I will create a new VM, VM-02 in the UK South. So I don't have to set up separate Bastion for this because if any VM is connected in the VNet and if Bastion is connected there, you can use the same Bastion to take the remote of another virtual machines as well. So go to next. Here I will choose VNet 01 subnet. You can see two subnet, but you cannot choose the Bastion because Bastion is not supported for the normal virtual machines. Public IP I will choose none. I don't want to add any public IP now because I have the Bastion. So simply next, review plus create. Now let's wait for this deployment also. Then I will show you the remote of this one as well. So this VM is also deployed. Now if you go to this VM, there is no public IP on this. इस पे public IP नहीं है. And if you directly go to VM02 and if you go to the Bastion, so you can use the same Bastion here as well. See, कोई नया deploy करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You are using the same Bastion 01. Why? Because this is associated with your VNet. वो आपके VNet पे connected है. And if you go to the connected devices, the Bastion is connected here. So पूरे VNet पे Bastion काम कर रहा है. So whatever VMs you will add, they will be able to use the same Bastion. Now if I enter the username and password, I can take the remote using the same Bastion. So connect, and now I have the connection. see it is loading the VM. So I am connected with VM01 as well. I am connected with VM02 as well. I have the remote of both the virtual machines. दोनों VMs का मेरे पास remote है. So this is how the Bastion works, and it is creating a secure network. You have not given the access to the public IP. You are using the IP address of the Bastion for the connection. So private IP के through remote चल रहा है यहाँ पे on the browser screen. So this is also one of the important topic. And remember, this is a PaaS service, platform as a service है ये. This is not IaaS. So we are also done with this topic now. I will now delete the complete resource group after the practical. Now in the next class, there will be a new topic. Either I will start with the load balancer or I will take another topic. आज के topic खत्म हो चुके हैं. Bastion is done, peering is done. You guys can come up with your practicals. नेक्स्ट क्लास में कोई लोड बैलेंसर करेंगे या तो कोई दूसरा टॉपिक करेंगे. सो वी कैन नाउ रैप इट अप. सो राकेश वांट्स टू आस्क समथिंग. यस राकेश.
सर दूसरा वीनेट होगा उसमें भी ये सेम बेस्टन रहेगा क्या?
दूसरा वीनेट मतलब? नहीं, अगर
कोई
वीनेट दूसरा होगा तो उसका अलग बेस्टियन बनेगा ना. फिर एक वीनेट में एक बेस्टियन होता है. अगर वीनेट 2 बनाओगे तो उसका अलग से बेस्टियन बनाना पड़ेगा.
और
क्लियर?
ये यूआरएल सेंड करना होता है क्या बेस्टन? अगर कोई दूसरा रिमोट लेना चाह रहे तो कैसे? ये तो हमने इस
नहीं, वो
पोर्टल
पोर्टल से ही लेगा दूसरा भी. यूआरएल सेंड नहीं करते कंपनी में ये वाला. ये रिस्ट्रिक्टेड होता है. सो यूजर को तो पहली बात देते नहीं है इसका एक्सेस. मान लो मेरी वीएम है तो मैं इसका रिमोट लेना चाहता हूँ, तो मैं पोर्टल पे जाके बेस्टियन पे जाके लूंगा. क्योंकि पब्लिक आईपी है नहीं तो एमएसटीएससी हम कर नहीं सकते. अदरवाइज हम एमएसटीएससी करके ले लेते. तो पब्लिक आईपी नहीं है तो नहीं ले पाओगे, या वीपीएन भी नहीं है तब भी नहीं ले पाओगे. तो बेस्टियन में रिमोट लेना है तो पोर्टल पे लॉगिन करके लेगा वो. यूआरएल शेयर नहीं किए जाते.
जैसे
पोर्टल का एक्सेस
सर्वर
होगा.
एडमिन,
क्या कह रहे हो?
जैसे कोई सा सर्वर एडमिन है तो उसके लिए एक वीएम बनाया हुआ है तो वो यहाँ से लेगा.
हाँ, वो पोर्टल का एक्सेस दोगे ना आप उसको लिमिटेड, मतलब उसको फुल पोर्टल का एक्सेस नहीं होगा. उसको पोर्टल पे सिर्फ वो वाली वीएम दिखेगी, वो उस पे जाएगा, बेस्टियन कनेक्ट करेगा और रिमोट ले लेगा बस. पोर्टल एक्सेस मैं आपको एक्टिव डायरेक्टरी के टाइम पे बताऊंगा कैसे देते हैं. किसी को अगर लिमिटेड किसी रिसोर्स का एक्सेस देना है, मान लो ये तो अभी मेरे पास पूरा एक्सेस है, आई एम द एडमिन ऑफ दिस पोर्टल, आपके पास भी पूरा एक्सेस है. बट किसी एम्प्लॉय को मुझे एक्सेस देना है कि वो सिर्फ वीएम देख सके या स्टोरेज देख सके, तो उसको उतना ही एक्सेस दिया जाएगा वहाँ पे फिर. क्लियर?
ओके.
तो वो टॉपिक आएगा एज यू रेडी, देन वी विल डिस्कस दैट प्रैक्टिकली. So for now we are done with all the topics. Now we can wrap it up. So enjoy your weekdays.